Today we're going to talk about the new Netflix family comedy, The Sleepover. So let's get started. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming videos. Siblings Clancy and Kevin discovered that their seemingly normal mom is actually a former high-end thief in the witness protection program. The Sleepover is essentially a watered-down version of Spy Kids. These two kids discover that their mom is a thief, where in Spy Kids they found out that their parents were spies. And they discover that their mom has gadgets and they have friends that they're protecting them, like Danny Trejo did in Spy Kids. It doesn't have the same exact plot, but the overall story and characters and situation just felt very similar to Spy Kids. Now, this is not as enjoyable as Spy Kids. Spy Kids was a staple in my childhood, but The Sleepover tries its hardest to be fun, and at times it is a charming, entertaining movie. We have a pretty decent cast in here with Malin Akerman as the mother. We also have Joe Manganiello and Ken Marino in the film. It's got a pretty decent cast and some of the younger stars I've seen on Disney Channel. Like I said, this is a watered down version of Spy Kids. It's entertaining at times. Easily the best part for me is Ken Marino as the father, who starts to learn things about his wife, and he's put into a really awkward situation within this movie, but his reaction to everything he's discovering about his wife is pretty hilarious. Usually a man in a situation like this would just absolutely lose it, but he kind of has fun with the role, and it's a lot of awkward moments, but he's making jokes about it, and he's just kind of fed up with the kind of situation that he is being put into. So the reactions from him is easily the best part of this movie. I laughed consistently whenever Ken Marino was like discovering something new about his wife and the protection program she was in her previous life. It was all a pretty fun moment. The young kids in here, they're, average kids. Nothing about them really stands out to make them, memorable characters. They work together as a group. There's 4 kids in here that all get together to try to find their mother. We have a brother and a sister, the sister's older friend and the brother's younger friend. They all get together, and conveniently they're going throughout the town finding these clues to where their mother may be. It all seems very convenient, and there's even a joke about how convenient it is. A lot of it doesn't make sense, and normal kids would not be able to solve these clues and go about town and all these different places and sneak into these random locations. I just don't believe it for 1 second, but the chemistry amongst the group definitely does work. They seem to have fun with it. Like I said, they're not memorable characters, but I did enjoy them as a group. The film does get very predictable towards the end of the film. I also think at times they cut corners with some of the story arcs in the film, and moments they just don't feel really developed. For example, there's a scene where we have the trio that is doing this job for stealing. We have Joe Manganiello and Ken Marino and Malin Akerman. They're together, and one scene they're doing something and the next scene they're tied up, but they don't really explain how they got there or what had happened. They take a lot of shortcuts with the storytelling, and at times the film does feel a little bit underdeveloped. It's an hour and I think 40 minutes long, so there is time for them to develop the story and not cut corners. But the route that they took the story, you're at times thinking, did I miss a scene? Did something randomly skip? The Sleepover definitely does feel cliched and something I have seen before. Like I said, I feel like it's essentially like Spy Kids. In Spy Kids when they meet Danny Trejo and he says that he knew their mother and father when they were younger and he's there to protect them. There's a character like that in this film. Exactly the same kind of story. It's not Danny Trejo by any means in the film. He doesn't pop up in the movie. But the character definitely does feel a bit similar. Also, there's no big thumbs walking around. Overall, The Sleepover was entertaining at times. I could tell what they were going for. The jokes were there at times. Some of the cast members seem like they're just having a fun time. But it definitely feels like they cut corners with the story. And I know it's a kid's film, a family film, and I feel like I'm nitpicking a lot. But overall, I did enjoy it. I don't regret watching the film. But I couldn't overlook some of the story arcs and the more cliche and cringe-worthy moments within here. It's not a bad film by any means, but it's not something I'm gonna watch again. It's just kind of one of those average Netflix family movies. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Sleepover a C+. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Sleepover. Check it out on Netflix when it hits this weekend. Let me know what you thought about the film and stay tuned for more up and coming videos. My name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.